antelope hunting, pronghorn, speed goats, whatever you want to call them. I used to flip-flop every year between a high country backpack mule deer hunt versus spending that August time skipping out on the velvet muleys and chasing pronghorn. And they're predictably unpredictable, and I've grown to love the hunt because I can share it with my good friend Tyler and my dad. It's something my dad, he's in his 60s, he can totally do. And so we hunt this crazy little stretch of desert in Idaho. It's not loaded with antelope. In fact, the numbers aren't even that good. The hunting pressure is super high. I don't even, there's better places in Montana, especially eastern Montana and definitely Wyoming, but for where we live, it's the closest antelope hunt that we can share year in and year out. The tag is a draw, but it's still not too hard to get an archery tag. And man, I don't know, it's just really a fun hunt we look forward to every year. It's kind of a meat mission, to be honest with you. Pronghorn is my favorite meat on the planet. I know that's weird to some people, but for me, it's my favorite. It's very tender, it's a little sagey. It's got a lot of flavor. I love antelope meat, that's why we do it. But whether you're sitting a blind or doing spot and stalk, crawling on your knees, dodging rattlesnakes, it's just fun to try to get close to these animals. They see so well. Whatever you see through 10 power binos is what they see. So they have an unbelievable peripheral vision. I think I love antelope hunting so much is because I get to share camp with my dad. It's something he can do. My family really enjoys the table fare, and I think they're just one of the hardest little targets to shoot with a bow and arrow. We're hunting the same pronghorn that Lewis and Clark did, Native Americans, Nez Perce, Shoshone. There's a lot of history in the valleys that we hunt, and it's just really remarkable to kind of be a part of it and to know that you're not the first one. Many man and woman have cut their teeth on these cagey little animals that are so fast, so alert, and kind of spastic and unpredictable, and it's just a good time to hunt out west. I would encourage anyone watching to try antelope hunting and maybe try it with a bow. Get out to Wyoming's probably got more antelope than people, so that's probably where I would start. You can draw a tag with very few points and go out there, set aside some time, and just cut your teeth. Do some spot and stalk, do a mixed bag, do a little bit of ground blind sitting over a water hole, whatever it takes to get a good archery shot.
Guys, no, I didn't have a Coors Light in my blind, I promise. Yeah, good buck. These animals are just so cool, and I'm not gonna lie, it's my favorite wild game, but I will say that I've had other people say they hate it, it's too sagey. So for those, stay on the sidelines or go hunt mule deer, leave these speed goats to me. Met some guys, locals, can't say from where, but we're in the desert, and they got the whole thing go down. They watched it, kind of a shit show. I made a poor 28-yard shot, and you can't shoot these things even when they're slowly gait walking. You have to wait till they're dead still, and then you still got to aim low. Hit him back. I knew he was hurt. He came out here. His buddy wouldn't leave, and so I had to sneak out here and scare his buddy off. He bedded down. I got to 76. He stood up. I knew it was now or never, so I slid down to 76 and let him have it and hit him right in the shoulder. But I got the Grim Reaper 3-blade, brand new broadhead, went in there, did some damage. So not my best day missing that buck, but keep it real, guys. You know, and super humbled to have this and be tagged out. Now I'm gonna help my dad and do a little bit of elk scouting. So thanks, guys. Catch you on the next one.
All right, guys, so here is the actual footage of the miss. So I'm sitting on the edge of a fence line in a ground blind, and I've watched this herd for about 3 hours come off the mountains, and they tried 3 other slides first. I blocked those. A slide is where they'll go under the fence, not over. So I got a slide 30 yards to my left here out of screen. The lead doe, once she commits, I'm like, okay, this is game on. And there's a really good buck. He's a super big Pope and Young buck. And he runs the show here. And there's probably 3 or 4 other bucks, but he's got all the does. This is, you know, 3rd week in August. So the lead doe makes it under, and then the rest follows. And my heart rate's pretty high right now, and there he is. And so right now he's about 45 yards, and he's kind of skirting my blind. And I have the sage to my left. All that's ranged at 40. And so he's raking right here. And I'm thinking to myself, he's done. He is dead. I'm going to shoot him at 40. And he gets here, and I'm pull back right when he's broadside, but then he just kind of turns quartering away. Now I'm at full draw, so I pick a spot, and I let him have it. And you can see he just matrixed my arrow. If you watch it in slow-mo, by the time the arrow gets there, he's gone. But right there would have dropped right in. And, you know, I'm shooting 274 feet a second. I should have waited for him to be more broadside or get closer. And there's just no shame in waiting longer. I got impatient, and it's just a rookie move. So literally 5 minutes later, this group of bucks come by. It's 3 bucks. The first one's not a shooter. And so he goes right by me at 25 yards, and now he's at 30, and he's going under the slide that you can't see in the video. And I knew that the second buck was decent and the third buck was decent, and I would shoot either one. So here's my target buck. I'm going to go ahead and pull back, and he'll look. He kind of heard that, and he's still walking. And I was hoping he would stop, and I could tell he wasn't, so I tried to lead him, and I'm going to shoot him right here. And the sound, as you can hear, is not a good sound, a very hollow sound, no vitals. But he runs out here, and he beds down, and his buddy runs away, and I sneak out, and he stands up at 76, and I shoot him again. And this time I nailed him at 76, broadside, right through the shoulder. Big buck down, tagged out, and I just wanted to show you guys my experience hunting antelope. Spot and stalk, and then the last couple days I went to the ground blind. So here's a couple pictures of them, and the locals that brought me that cold beer that watched the whole thing go down. Thanks guys for the cold beer. I appreciate you.